says I'm live. Okay, guess I'm live right now. Okay, good. There we are. All right, let's get this. I was gonna say let's get started. Let's get this started, but it's more like let's get this over with. Um, hey everyone, it's Alexander Robinson. It's been a while since I've done a live watch party. The last movie I did, I think, was Black Widow. uh, random Random shit 2727 says, "Man, the myth, the legend himself." Thank you. Isaac said, "Hi Alexander, so sorry you have to suffer through this crap. Well, at least it's good to know that I won't be suffering alone. Let's just say that." Stash Head, the floodgates open. James Bond 007, how am I doing? Joshman55 Gamer says, "Yo Alexander, how you doing today?" Up until this moment, I was doing pretty good. And the question, what's the reason you want to go through torture of Revenge of the Fallen? Well, with Rise of the Beasts coming out, well, it came out yesterday, today technically, I decided, you know what, maybe this is the perfect time to review the Michael Bay Transformers movies. At least the ones I haven't reviewed, because I didn't review, I didn't review The Last Night because I still have not seen The Last Night with no real intention of watching it. What is... Oh, that's the arm to my mic. Yeah, that's why I didn't, so yeah, I'm reviewing all the Michael Bay Transformers movies, which means I have to rewatch them. So I figured if I'm going to rewatch the worst movie, or my least favorite movie of all time, I might as well have you guys, might as well make it a live watch party. That way I don't have to suffer alone, even if y'all are here virtually. So it's not a grand setup. I didn't make any graphics for this. There's no timer, because a movie this bad does not even deserve that kind of luxury. Stash Head said, Transformers Revenge of the Failure. That's pretty much the way it is, huh? So yeah, basically... This coming Wednesday will be my review for the first movie. You guys will see a review for this film the following Wednesday, and then the Wednesday after that, which I think is the last week of June, will be my review for Dark of the Moon. Yeah, let's get this started. Anyway, but I guess I gotta do the house cleaning. God, I keep prolonging this turd. Anyway, housekeeping. My mind just went blank. Hey, housekeeping, yes. So, make sure you subscribe to this channel, Alexander Robinson's Movie TV Reviews, because I revived my, theme park channel to Alexander Robinson Travel Channel. And I made a YouTube channel exclusive for YouTube Shorts, so I might as well differentiate this from those channels and all the other Alexander Robinson channels out there. And that way, it's like, hey, this is the one you go to for movie and TV reviews. So make sure you subscribe to that. Make sure you subscribe to the other channels, the Travel Channel, which I'm going to hopefully put some more content up there soon, and my Shorts channel, if you want out of the theater reaction... yeah, the theater reactions like I did with Rise of the Beast, Spider-Verse, and Shin Kamen Rider, or segments from my reviews on this channel. But yeah, just to really briefly briefly answer another question, two questions. You didn't do that watch party of Shang-Chi. No, I didn't, because by that point I was just so busy, and since there's no pandemic, well, okay, we're still in a pandemic, but since everyone's back at work and the world's more back to normal, I don't see a desire to really continue these live watch parties unless it's for special occasions. Like, I'm not going to do live watch parties. Like, I might continue live watch parties for the Godzilla films, but the MCU, especially if it means I have to rewatch Thor: Love and Thunder and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, I just don't think I have the ability to do that unless we enter another pandemic and another series of lockdowns. So that's why I didn't do Shang-Chi as a watch party. And one last question. Joshman55 Gamer says, do you plan on review Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey? No, I don't. I've heard garbage things about that movie. It looks like garbage, so I'll just take everyone's word for it. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, if you know the movie's going to be bad, why would you waste your time? And that's one of those movies where I just don't want to waste my time on it, because I'm sitting here wasting my time rewatching Revenge of the Fallen. Whatever. I want to apologize in advance right now. Are you purposely delaying? Maybe. Maybe I'm delaying the inevitable. But anyway, as I was saying, I just got back from work like 30 minutes ago, so I went and got Grubhub, so apologies if I'm eating. Apologies if I'm eating steak fries while doing this watch party, because I need some sort of dinner. This is like the most unprofessional watch party I've ever done, because I don't have any professional light set up. I'm using a light from my... Here, I'm using the light from my desk. The light from my desk lamp to basically light myself a little better. Am I excited for Indiana Jones 5? Yeah, I am. Despite those negative reviews, I'm still excited for it. I don't hate Crystal Skull. I think it's really fun, but it's clearly not the best Indiana Jones movie. And I mean, if this one's bad, then it's bad. We have 3 great movies already, so whatever. Anyway, enough of this nonsense. Let's just get this over with. Again, I'm not putting a timer on this. Without further ado, I'm going to play the movie right now. James Bond 007 says, I'm going to be honest, I don't have any nostalgia or personal attachment to Transformers like I do with other franchises like Godzilla and Star Wars. I actually don't either. The first time I even saw anything Transformers related and paid attention was the first Michael Bay movie. Oh, and I should mention, it's very appropriate that I'm reviewing this movie right now, because we're in the middle of a writer's strike, and this movie is considered to be the biggest casualty of the last writer's strike. Even though you wonder, what's the excuse for 3 and 4 being as bad as they are? Yeah, is this 10,000 BC? Okay, here's why this movie sucks. I mean, there's lots of reasons, but one of the reasons you could tell right away that this movie sucks is that they half-assed this intro. They don't give any context to it at all, no setup like in the first movie, and even the third one, and then we immediately jump into the title card. Like, right away, you're like, this movie's gonna be crap. And then we just jump into Shanghai in 2009. I'm sorry, but Nest is a stupid name for this organization of human and transformer alliances. Joshman55 Gamer says, "Is Revenge of the Fallen going to make you angry and make you upset while you're watching this movie?" I'm going to try not to, even though right on screen right now is one of the reasons why I hate this movie. Suck my popsicle. Like, screw off. I could have sworn one of those soldiers in the background was Jason Statham. I mean, it is cool to hear Peter Cullen's voice, but oh, this movie's such garbage. Also, I hate the fact that it's like a cover story to fight Transformers. The secret, like, this is the era when YouTube has officially taken off. We are at the point that these movies started coming out. We have already become the on-demand culture that everything is at the tip of our fingers. And considering that the last movie's final battle took place in a city full of 3 million people, like, there's no covering that up. Man, it would be so cool if I could see this transformation. Like, because it's like all close up. I couldn't tell what was going on. It's such an ugly... I'm sorry. Ironhide's design... Most of the designs in these movies look ugly as hell. And Ironhide's is one of them. I am eating steak fries. Unicorn Warriors Eternal. I have no idea what that is. So that Transformer was just minding its own business, essentially. And then it just disappeared. Like, they're shooting at there's shots where they're shooting at nothing. And, where's Ironhide? Like, where's Ironhide in this fight? Oh, okay, there's a new one. So we got RC, who looks ugly as well. And then two other, like, RC robots. It's funny because he's old and probably deaf. I couldn't even tell what was happening in that transformation. Ugh. Ugh. I'll save what I have to say about those two abominations later. And there's the end of that Transformer, who we knew nothing about. Yeah, again, you want to cover up this story, but when you have shit like this happening, it's a little hard to do that. Huh? The only Transformers designs that didn't suck were the NASCAR wreckers in the third film. I disagree. Yeah, I disagree. Optimus Prime in these first three movies actually looks pretty cool, and I even enjoy Bumblebee's redesign, but everything else is just kind of eh. Oh god. Like that shot of Optimus Prime jumping out of the plane, that must have been just... Well, I saw this movie in theaters, but that is disorienting just because of Michael Bay's hyperkinetic cinematography. Yeah, you are not covering that up, guys. Like, toxic spill. How do you explain all that damage from a toxic spill? There goes Ironhide. Where the hell have you been? Yeah. Yeah, and y'all were all you humans were useless, and thank you for that comment, Ironhide. No duh, Tyrese. I'm sorry, but every time I see Ironhide, his face looks like a cat. Oh yeah, there's a like. Oh god. Okay, I recorded my review for the first Transformers movie a couple days ago. I haven't recorded my review for Rise of the Beast yet, but one of the things I didn't mention that I'm probably going to get shit for in the first movie is that I didn't find. I'm trying to concentrate, but okay. Let me try to. So awful. Anyway, the thing I was going to say, I didn't find Sam's parents as obnoxious, or really obnoxious at all in the first movie. And here they are. Oh. Wigdeline. Dog's humping, ladies and gentlemen. Wigdeline says, writer's strike or no, this movie probably was never going to be a good one from the start. Yeah, I definitely agree there. There's there's no way this movie was going to be good even without a writer's strike. Because when you watch 3 and 4, you're like, what's the excuse of those movies? With the Isaac says, with the current writer's strike going on, are you worried we're going to get another movie as bad as this? Probably. I mean, other movies affected by the writer's strike this year were X-Men Origins, G.I. Joe, and Terminator Salvation. And with the exception of X-Men Origins Wolverine, I didn't think Terminator Salvation and G.I. Joe were that bad. Terminator Salvation was not good. Yeah, G.I. No, Terminator Salvation wasn't awful, but it certainly wasn't a good movie. And G.I. Joe is one of those movies where it's like, as dumb as this is a lot of fun. I honestly like Rise of Cobra more than Retaliation or Snake Eyes. And of course, we're ripping off Alien right there. And we got to rip off Gremlins also. That Transformer has a dick gun, huh? Like, seriously? Again, okay, give me 1 second, folks. I have my controller, and I just realized that it's running low on battery, so I'm gonna. Mike, you know what? I'll just leave it like this. Spider's Prime. How do you know the name of that? Like Spider's Prime in the chat just said his name the little gremlin transformer with the dick for a gun is Dickie the Blenderbot. Like, how do you know that? Again, if you want to try to cover up Transformers, maybe don't do that. And they just reuse several shots right there. How dare you save my life? Yeah, you know the neighbors. You heard all that. Yeah, thanks for nothing, you little wiki turd. It's like, you know the neighbors heard all that nonsense and probably looked out the windows like, holy shit, is that a giant robot? Whatever. And that part of the house looks perfectly fine. Ay, ay, ay. Wait, I thought his voice got fixed in the last one. Steven Spielberg was an executive producer on these movies. The first movie, I definitely felt his hand in it. Like, it seems like he was holding Michael Bay back a bit. Not with these future movies. Yeah, literally just a few seconds ago, and you were an ungrateful little shit about it. Really? We're having Bumblebee cry? This is embarrassing. I hate this camera trick in films. Like the 360, like, rotating shot. Okay, like it's weird to say that. It's so weird to say that this relationship is more unrealistic than any of the transforming robots. Well, they got Frank Welker for Soundwave. If only they remembered to put in the vocoder effect to digitize his voice. Because that would have made... Like, this is what I don't understand. Like, you got... Megatron's dead. If you're bringing in Frank Welker to do Soundwave, why not just have him do Megatron again? Like, just have the revived Megatron be voiced by the original voice actor. Ugh, I hate these. Ugh. Okay, I honestly thought about making this a drinking game. Ugh. I honestly thought about making this movie a drinking game, but when I said, but when I looked at the rules and one of them was drink every time the twins do something racist, I thought to myself, what categorizes them as doing something racist? Them existing on screen because their designs are racist. Isaac asks, what Tom Kenny movie is worse, this or Elf Bowling? I never saw Elf Bowling. I don't even know what that movie is, so I'm going to say this. Um, Joshman55 Gamer says, are you reviewing Transformers Rise of the Beast after you get done reviewing all the other movies? No, I'm going to be reviewing it this weekend. I want to review, I'll just say right now, the good Transformers movie before reviewing these awful ones. Oh, it should be worth noting that the first shot we saw of Soundwave, he was already connected to a satellite. And now he's connecting himself to that very satellite. You'd be dead by the quarter mark doing that drinking game. Yeah. Like, other rules were drink every time a Transformer gets destroyed. And finish a drink when Megatron is revived, and finish it when the Fallen is killed. Right, you can't... That General's had experience with Transformers in the first movie. Why can't you let him see Optimus Prime? That's right, everyone. Optimus Prime, the former clerk at the Iacon Hall of Records, doesn't know what the Fallen is. And they're just it's just they're in car form, just as car commercials. You know, okay, this scene where the that advisor just goes over a list of like where Megatron is and where the last piece of the Allspark is. I would criticize that, but that's shit that they did in the cartoon, huh? Yeah, it's like that's something that happened in the cartoon where it's like clunky dialogue that Soundwave listens into and tells the Decepticons. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Why would the Decepticons be hiding to hunt the Autobots? The only movie I can think that makes me angrier than these Transformers movies is the Emoji Movie. I can't say that. Like, Emoji Movie's awful, but that movie made me more depressed than angry. Okay, I'm pulling up my stopwatch. Okay. I'm timing this sequence where Sam arrives at college. Hi, Green Day. Joshman at five gamer says, yes, I am watching this on a video game console. Oh. No one talks like that. Like, people complain about Juno. Nobody talks like that in Juno. But, no, Juno, like, the dialogue in Juno, it's like, that felt more realistic than anything in this movie. What are your thoughts on Shia LaBeouf being in the first three Transformers movies? I actually liked him in the first one. These sequels, though, not so much. Again, this whole subplot of like a Transformers, like the military's covering up Transformers. It's like that's not possible. Yeah, that's not possible. Again, LA is a city of 3 million people. There's no way. Whatever. Smooth. Jesus. Thankfully, the only recent blockbuster that was as bad as the Transformers sequels was Jurassic World Dominion. Um, I'll watch Dominion over this 5 times out of 5. Again, this is a movie about Transformers. This scene is. And it took him that long to realize that his wife has pot brownies. See, that's the point where it's like, if your mom's going out around college campus making a fool out of herself, you just stay where you are. You don't go outside. You don't try to stop it because most likely those women won't know who. Ay ay ay. Yeah, we had to stop this whole movie without Transformer, like to for. Okay, that entire sequence went for 5 minutes and 12 seconds. I'm now timing how long this sequence takes. Wow, Ravage jumped out of that water the second it impacted the whatever. Yeah, I don't like this look for Ravage. Like because all the Decepticons are made of knives, and they're all gray. And there's the classic transforming sound effect. Master destroyers. I'm sorry, they look like Droidicas. Again, ripping off from another franchise when transforming robots wasn't enough. Huh? Yeah, how does that work? How do all those transformers just whatever? And now it's nighttime all of a sudden. Yeah, how does nobody see that thing? Okay, that scene where Sam arrives at college and his mom gets high on pot brownies, 5 minutes and 12 seconds. The scene where Ravage breaks into that facility to steal the shard of the Allspark, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So more time was dedicated to Shia LaBeouf in college than it was to Transformers. Oh, this sequence. I'm sorry. Nothing in this movie is funny. Or at least the things that aren't supposed to be funny are... The things that are supposed to be funny in this movie are not funny, but Sam's occasional, like, the faces he makes when he's just going crazy at the Allspark, it just kills me. Now, that actress, what was she in? I think she was in that... I think she was in that Daybreakers movie from 2010. That was 2009. God, this is the tail end of the 2000s, but yeah, this is the tail end of the 2000s, but this was really an ugly decade. Like this and this was an uglier decade than the 80s, honestly. Um, Isabel Lucas. She was in Red Dawn, the remake, Immortals that Zack Snyder produced. Um, yeah, not a whole lot. Well, that's worth noting. She's so well. Everyone's bad in this movie. Now, what is that supposed to imply? That thing that Bumblebee just did. Wow, that was okay. That cut gave me whiplash. Oh, we'll get to Rainn Wilson. Again, if they're trying to cover up the Transformers, why is Optimus Prime having this conversation with Sam in broad daylight? No, you're not. No, you actually don't need him, Optimus. Isaac says the editing in this movie is so bad that it makes me physically sick to watch. Yeah, and I think this was a casualty. This was because of the writer's strike. I could already tell you right now with this I make the joke of what's the reason for 3 and 4 being as bad as they are if there was no writer's strike then. Huh? But but you can tell that the writer's strike clearly had an effect on this movie more than the others. Because they say usually a movie can be saved in the editing booth. I think because of the writer's strike, there was only so much the editors could work with. So, why isn't he talking to Sam as a truck? Because I think we want to see Optimus Prime in his robot form. Whatever. But yeah, in the last movie, they specifically established that the reason they dumped Megatron into that part of the ocean was because the pressure would destroy him. Clearly that's not the case. Generic military dialogue right there. Why is the robot German? Whatever. Such an ugly movie in terms of designs. That's not possible. Five Decepticons went in the ocean. They destroyed one to give Megatron parts. That doesn't make any sense. Whatever. Okay, I want to say something that this movie. I'm going to say something that this movie did as an improvement over. That cut made my neck hurt. Like going from the ocean all the way to like a ship in space. Anyway, the thing I was going to say that this movie does better than the last one. I actually like Megatron's design in this one better. It's still a garbage design, but it's a little better. Yeah, no movie should have to remind me of Aliens vs. Predator Requiem. Like the low colors, the ugly like H.R. Giger atmosphere. It reminds me more of Aliens vs. Predator Requiem than anything. You hear that, Decepticons? Even in death, Megatron is still your leader and no one else. Like, literally, the next scene, after Megatron says there's no command but mine, he goes, "My master." Aliens vs. Predator Requiem is only a better movie in the sense that it is shorter and a bigger flop than this movie was. Because this movie made money. It's easier to get to... And that plot point never comes back into play. No, I was going to say, like, it's easier to not get nauseous when watching AVP Requiem because you can't see anything in that movie. Ugh. Whatever. I mean, Rainn Wilson's funny. Not in this movie, but elsewhere he is. Like, if y'all haven't seen Weird, the Al Yankovic story, he is so funny in that movie. Like, literally every woman in that class is a supermodel. Just, ay, ay, ay. Sorry. I feel terrible every time I laugh at Shia LaBeouf losing his mind. Even though it did make money, it did hurt the franchise long term because the domestic grosses for this franchise went lower and lower with each film. Yes, but the next two ended up being huge hits internationally to the point where it got pushed to $1 billion. What is that? What was I gonna say? Shit. I had something I was gonna say. I forgot what it was. Ugh, Wheelie. I never liked Wheelie in the animated movie, but here he's just ugly as well. She's not laughing. Jesus. Oh, here's what I was going to say. Somebody mentioned earlier, who was it? Oh, yeah, Stash Hand says. that Michael Bay's cinematography is just next level. Okay, here's one thing I was going to say. Someone asked, it would have made more sense, someone asked, why did they bother killing Megatron? It would have made sense if it was a one and done. No, yeah, it's like they could have at least kept him dead for one movie. See, my idea for Transformers 2, you keep Megatron dead and revive him at the end of the film. Make Shockwave the main villain, and he, Starscream, and Soundwave. And no, Shockwave butts heads with Starscream to try to revive Megatron. Because Starscream wants to be leader of the Decepticons, but not Starscream. But Shockwave knows that Starscream will be a terrible leader. That's what you do. Okay, I've finished eating my food. Really, Michael Bay? Another Michael Bay car commercial. Okay, so they're in Phil. Okay, so Shia LaBeouf is either in New York or Philadelphia. Um, Megan Fox got on a plane right after their call, and she's already there. Like she already made it there in record time. I want that plane. Huh? Like if ever I go to the East Coast, like Boston, Orlando, or New York, I want a plane that takes me there within like 2 minutes. Jesus Christ! There's so much about this movie I forgot about. Ew. You know, it should be worth noting that Mike, like most of the writing in this movie was Michael Bay's doing. 'Cause even though he's not credited, I guess he just. I might have this backwards, but I think he did. I think he did like he just wrote like outlines for the movie and just had the actors do whatever. And that Bad Boys 2 poster there is just gratuitous. How did she know what dorm he was in? Huh? How did she get to the East Coast in record time? And how did she know what dorm he was in? It's funny that he's screaming high pitched. So I didn't know pretenders were a thing. So I just assumed that's like some bullshit that they made up for this movie. But it's like maybe do a better job at introducing this concept. Whatever. Been complaining about these movies. I don't know. Did you not see the robot tongue that strangled him? There's literally a robot out to kill you guys. Why is he here? There's no reason for him to stay around in this movie. Why is it when it's a full like robot does it still have the human tongue? Don't stop. Do you think the negative reception of the Bay films will hurt Rise of the Beasts at the box office? We'll see, but in its opening, like for Thursday night previews, Rise of the Beast already made more money than Bumblebee and The Last Night um, in their Thursday night previews. So is Starscream spitting or vomiting? Like, what is he doing there? Yeah, maybe if you're trying to get information out of him, don't kill him. As much as I'd like to see this character dead. Yeah, Megatron is just an ugly design. Oh yeah, that weird spider German scientist thing. Ew. How far are we into this movie? 57 minutes. Ugh. 58 minutes here. Perfect timing. And then Megatron just flat out disappears. Okay, Megatron's not Megatron. Optimus Prime's blaster sound effects, the same sound effects in the Future War for Cameron's two Terminator movies. Why is Leo here again? Alright, it's time for the forest battle. It's like the one thing in this movie that even the biggest haters of the movie say, yeah, that's pretty cool. Uh, I don't think this is a good battle at all. Huh? Like, again, like Michael Bay's frenetic cinematography and camera work is just, it just makes this such an eyesore to watch. And didn't that Transformer get killed in the last movie? Like, because these Transformers are so overly designed, I can't even tell what's going on. Huh? Like, I can only tell that, like, oh, Optimus Prime is doing something because he's the only one that actually has color on him. Huh? Like, literally, like, Starscream, Megatron, and whatever I think it's Grindor, even though it's blackout from the last movie, whatever. They're all gray. Yeah, because of these like these things are so overly designed. It's just like watching metal like clash against each other. Though I will give this movie credit on this sequence, not this movie. I will give this one sequence credit on one thing. Optimus Prime didn't really put up much of a fight in the last movie against Megatron. So the fact that he's practically like kicking all kinds of ass is cool. But again, like there's someone pointed this up on the chat. There's a YouTube like a short animation of this little sequence here, but with the G1 designs, and it has a lot of clarity. Like I can't imagine watching the sequence in IMAX. Like, and there goes that Transformer. You're so weak. Funny coming like that's a again. This movie's so terribly written because like Optimus Prime literally just whipped all three of them and killed one of them, the one that didn't have a name. And also, it's like I complained about Zack Snyder killing off Superman the second movie of the DCEU, but at the very least, he killed Superman off at the end. Like having Optimus Prime get killed an hour and 3 minutes into a 2.5 hour movie is such a cowardly move. Like it's like you know he's not dead. Huh? And from this point on, the movie gets even worse. Yet all this big drama, it's like that doesn't even like we can't buy into it. Hey, that we saw that shot already. That we already saw that shot earlier in the movie. And we saw that shot in the last movie. Like, we're not even halfway through and I'm already getting exhausted just complaining. And of course, in a Michael Bay fashion, it's daytime in several worldwide cities. Because why not? Oh yeah, that's right. Like, we're only spending the movie now with three Autobots: Bumblebee and these abominations. What business would I? I'm sorry, Josh Man 55 Gamer, but what business would I have of watching My Little Pony? I have no reason at all to be watching that. That's like, this is why Americans have a bad reputation worldwide. It's because of crap like this. Man, I really want to be watching Top Gun Maverick instead of this. Yeah, way to rip off Titanic. Oh, shit. I accidentally fast forwarded a bit, but by 15 seconds or whatever. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Oh no, not the parents. Yeah, how does that relate communications to the world? These humans couldn't give a care in the world. Okay, I'm setting a timer because that's the last we see of the Fallen. So I want to time it how long it takes before we get to the Fallen again. Just fast forward to the end. I want to, but I'm already stuck here. Which character is worse, Skids or Mudflap? Skids and Mudflap easily. Because someone asked, like, who's worse, Skids or Mudflap? Skids and Mudflap or Jar Jar Binks? Skids and Mudflap are worse because they're completely useless in this movie, To the point where the other Autobots don't even acknowledge their existence. Jar Jar Binks, at the very least, Jar Jar Binks, at the very least, contributes to the story. As annoying as he is, he actually contributes to the Queen Amidala wanting to recruit the Gungans to help fight against the Trade Federation. Jesus. Like, look at... Like, these are the ugliest things in the world. Like, Skids has a golden tooth. They have bug eyes. Big ears. Talking Ebonics. It's so racist. So racist. Please, go run away. Please run and stop complaining, for all of our sake. This dramatic moment of Optimus Prime dead, and they just drop him onto the ground like he's nothing. How insulting. Tyrese couldn't care at all in this movie. Leo and Skids and Mudflap are the characters you expect to die, but they never do. Oh, we'll get to that a little later. There's a specific detail in this movie that happened, or... I don't know. I'm sorry, Ironhide's face looks like a cat. Like, there's nothing cool about him. I'm watching this on a PlayStation. I'm watching this on a PS5. We're already at base, moron. And enough of those characters. Here's a better use for Josh Duhamel and Tyrese. They should have been like, if they wanted to try to keep the Autobots like secret, they should have had Tyrese and Josh Duhamel be like ambassadors for the Autobots. Like they're their contacts, sort of like Ernie Hudson's character. What was his name? Agent Fowler in Transformers Prime. This movie is so dour. Yeah, F9. The opening of F9 is fun. Like when we up till the swinging car, and like I am so sick of Bumblebee talking through the radio. Like there was no reason for him to go back to it. It's an old, tired, worn-out gimmick, and I wish they'd stop doing that for these newer movies. Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast. Ugh. Oh, Jesus. So, uh, so random shit. Let me see. Random shit 2727 said, "What? I wonder what Peter Cullen thought of when he saw this movie." I don't know, but Tom Kent. There was an interview that of Tom Kenny on Double Toasted where he talked about how he was only providing temp audio for Skids and had no idea that that was going to be part of that. His temp work was going to actually be the voice for Skids, and he said, "Had I known my voice would have been in the final film, I would have said no. I am not voicing this character." Oh my god. Why did they? Why did they bring no, Tyrese? Why did they bring John Turturro back into this? Jesus, this is this humor is so insensitive. I already answered this question, Josh Man, 55 Gamer. It's a PS5. You know, the easiest solution to all this is like, I don't know. Like, I'm really at the point where I'm running out of things to say. Wait, radioactive? Josh Man 55 Gamer says, "Come on, man, get angry at this movie." This isn't. I don't want to do that. Like, I'm past the point of just getting overly angry at a movie. Because this is not the like late 2000s, early 2010s of like movie reviews. Like it's just not fun to get overly angry. Like I hate this movie with a passion, but it's wait, it's like so. Sam asks the twins what the symbol means. They can't read it. Why didn't he ask Bumblebee? And why did they even think to have Wheelie say it? Megan Fox is like, okay. I was about to say Megan Fox is terrible in this, but again, everyone's terrible in this movie. I mean, she's gotten a little better over the years. She's gotten better over the years. Wait, nobody tells you nothing. You literally just got created a couple days ago. Why? Why do we have to see John Turturro in a thong? Sharp mind? There's nothing in this movie that has a sharp mind. This is such an embarrassing movie. Like, even I remember seeing this movie in theaters. Nobody was laughing at this moment. Like, nothing in this movie that was supposed to be funny got one chuckle. You should be embarrassed. This this movie is such. I mean, he got tased in the stomach. He didn't get tased at the crotch. You know, that sliver of the Allspark could have been saved to bring Optimus Prime back. If the Fallen was convinced that Optimus Prime had died, then it would have been a total shocker for him to realize, oh shit, Prime's alive. He farted. That's not funny. No, just use it. Just save it for Optimus Prime. Man, too late. Wait, you were told in advance that like the Seekers were Decepticons. How are you shocked that you came across one? Uh, what was to say? Oh, hey, we're approaching my favorite Transformer in this movie. I hope you're joking, because Jetfire is an. This is so humiliating. Like such again an ugly design. Hello, Car Bender. Wait, what the hell? Like, we were in the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C., and now we're in the middle of the desert. I'm assuming this is Arizona, because that is not Washington, D.C. What the? What just happened? There, Ugh. They would, except the Decepticons are the most incompetent group of villains ever. And of course, a random fart. Like, why are the Transformers crying, farting, and spitting? Huh? Random shit 2727 says, God, I'm getting tired. Same here. We are. Okay, good news. We have an hour and 4 minutes left of this movie. The last Xbox console I have was the 360. After the 360, I jumped ship to Sony. No time to explain. Let's just teleport. Huh? And of course, it's daytime in Egypt. It's daytime in Washington, D.C. or Arizona, and it's daytime in Egypt as well. Thank you for that shot, Michael Bay. I should make one thing clear. I'm frustrated. I'm showing off my frustration with this movie and this whole series. I don't hate Michael Bay as a person. I've never met the guy. I've heard things about him, but yeah, I've never met him, so I can't hate him as a person. And also, I like Ambulance, so clearly there's like a Michael Bay movie I like. Ooh, my neck! Like suddenly these characters are up on this rock again. No, you didn't. It's way to like just contradict yourself, movie. Okay, so we're an hour and 29 minutes into the movie, and already, only now, we are finding out what the plot of this movie is about. What's the reason it's not fun to get angry at a movie that you absolutely hate and despise? Because it's pointless. Like, considering so many things that are happening in the world, like so many things that actually affect us, it's I rather focus my energy on other hating other things than this, like a movie. And plus, it's like looking back at stuff like the Nostalgia Critic, Cinema Sins. It's like it's such a waste. Like, it's a waste of time to like solely focus on the stuff you hate. Like, I'm only doing this as an exception because it's my least favorite movie of all time, and I figured since I'm reviewing the Michael Bay movies, I might as well just make an exception here. Wait, the Fallen is stronger than his brothers as they all stab him 3 times. Hmm. How is that possible? See, Fantastic Four. See, Fantastic Four from 2015. It's not overly long like this movie, and it's not annoying like this movie. So I don't hate it as much as this movie. Um, that Isaac made a great point on why it's pointless to get. It's why it's not fun to get angry at movies anymore. So many members of the fandom menace have exploited hate beyond the point of humor. So yeah, it's not fun anymore. Quit mugging the camera. Like what was the point of having Jetfire mug the camera like this? Oh, whatever. Again, this would have been solved a lot more quickly had you used that sliver on Optimus Prime and not this crappy like Jetfire. Johnny Gallagher, I hope that's how you pronounce your last name, said um, Rise of the Beast is going to be better than Revenge of the Fallen. It is. Jesus. Like, yeah, Rise of the Beast is so much better than this movie. Yeah, there's. I feel so bad for John. Like, I'm sure John Turturro got a good paycheck with these movies, but I feel so bad for him being in them, especially with now, why are you gonna cover the Autobots like that? They're actual like beings. They're not cars. Okay, they are cars, but whatever. Are we close to the end of the movie? We are 57 minutes. We have 57 minutes left of this turd, but it feels like it's gone on for 3 hours. What was I gonna say? His name's Optimus Prime, Tyrese. Like, why does Optimus Prime? Why does Tyrese refer to Optimus Prime as Big Man? It's like he has a name. Huh? I feel like watching this movie after seeing Ambulance. I haven't seen Michael Bay's other like movies after ever since he started doing the Transformers, but I feel like after like watching this and comparing it to Ambulance, um, it's like Michael Bay seems to have like pulled back on his cultural, his like insensitive humor. And why are the was there ever a foreign language for the Transformers? Ugh. Like literally, the twins have no purpose whatsoever. This moment would. I hate this movie. This would be really cool if Moon Knight just popped up out of nowhere. That's the only thing that could save this movie is if you had Oscar Isaac. No, no, Oscar Isaac's too good for something like this. In 2 minutes, she flew 3,000 miles in 2 minutes. I still have my Xbox 360. I just haven't played it in a while. Oh, this was what I was going to say. I'm sure John Turturro made some decent money from these movies, but it's still embarrassing the stuff he has to do, and the fact that Michael Bay pulled in Frances McDormand and John Malkovich in the third movie. It's like, why are you going to take these Coen Brothers regulars and just make them do the most embarrassing things ever? This is some stuff that like Indiana Jones would look at and go, "This is horseshit." I'm gonna hate myself for saying this, but Josh Duhamel's making this scene kind of work. Yeah, yeah. I think that's a court martial right there. Yeah, it's like, I mean, I still love The Last Jedi, but it's like, for some reason, I want to say even the people who hate The Last Jedi most can agree that it's better than The Last Knight. But I think those racist, sexist incels from the Phantom Menace are just so blinded with hate that they would say, yeah, The Last Knight's better. Hey, look, Steven left this great set from Last Crusade. Let's use it. Yeah, there's hardly. When was the last time a Transformer did something cool? Hellboy 2019 is pretty good, pretty bad. God, the effects. I'm sorry, the effects in this movie are terrible. Like the Transformers don't move in a natural manner. You don't believe for a second that they're part of the environment. See, Bumblebee gets the right idea. Your existence is rude. I actually never saw Dragon Ball Evolution, so I can't say for sure. And I feel like I know that's Chris Stuckman's worst movie ever, and ironically, it came out the same year as this. So both our least favorite movies came out the same year. Yeah, shouldn't that be in Optimus Prime's stomach or chest? Like, what's the Matrix of Leadership doing out there? Yeah, yeah, like to show you that again, this was probably due to a writer's strike, but anyone who actually knew anything about Transformers would have known that the Matrix of Leadership is within Optimus Prime. He carries that with him. Like this movie feels like it goes on forever. Well, despite the writer's strike, there were actually a lot of great movies in 2009. I mean, Avatar Avatar was certainly one of them because it got Well, James Cameron wrote Avatar. His script for Avatar has been around before he even made Titanic. And considering how many years it took to make Avatar, like that movie wasn't affected by the writer's strike. Same with Up. Animation takes a while to make that. I mean, there was Up, there was Avatar, there was District 9, Star Trek, Zombieland, Adventureland. There were a lot of great movies that came out in 2009, despite the writer's strike's efforts to thwart that year. 45 more minutes. Feels like it's going on forever. Oh yeah, I don't think Cars 3 was affected, or Cars 2 was affected by the writer's strike. It's not a good pick. It's just not a good movie overall. So Starscream just gave up. Man, they it's like the movie went out of their way to group all. The movie went out of its way to put all the annoying characters together, and then doesn't kill them. I don't know, the multiple different guilds are confusing. Like, I just want this movie to end. Don't point out the plot holes in this movie. Where are we right now in this film? The military team just landed in Egypt, or they landed a while ago. Um, Sam and Michaela just split up to find the military team, and Leo, Simmons, Skids, and Mudflap are on their own, hoping that they get killed. And of course, in Michael Bay fashion, Megan Fox still looks gorgeous, despite being in the desert, being in all this action, in dust storms. Why did we go out here again? What is with those growls whenever Megatron pops up? Starscream is Starscream's an ugly. Like Starscream looks like a potato chip with arms and legs, and a little stub that yeah, Starscream looks like a walking potato chip, and I don't like that he's like a sniveling coward trying to overthrow Megatron. He's just like an Igor. Yes, master. And it's like, okay, with the last movie, it's easy to follow that movie in terms of which robots are on which side, because there's only 5 Autobots in that movie. And in the last movie, there's Megatron, Starscream, Blackout, Bone Crusher, Barricade, and Brawl. So it's like, there's a set number of Decepticons. Here, it's like, we don't know any of these Decepticons. So it looks like we're down to only 3 viewers left in this live stream, and honestly, those that left, I don't blame y'all. No, I do not own this movie at all. But why would I do that? You know, this should be a cool moment when Devastator comes together. I mean, I don't know, part of me thinks like, yeah, this is kind of a cool moment, but then when you see what Devastator looks like, it is like every other Transformer in this movie, or at least like 99% of the Transformers in this movie, it is an ugly design. It's like, can this movie end? I did rent Revenge of the Fallen because like how else like if I'm gonna be reviewing this movie again, how like I gotta rewatch it just so I'm like it's fresh in my mind. Also, why like Devastator's been formed? Why are there Constructicons? Like there are Constructicons walking around after Devastator's been formed. Huh? No, I don't pirate things. I just said I rented this movie. Like, I do not support piracy in any form, even for terrible movies. Um, like, like even for movies I absolutely despise, I don't condone piracy at all. I hope those stunt performers were all right. Huh? I rented it from YouTube. I'm gonna move my mic. Ooh, no, that's not a good idea. I'm gonna try to move my mic as far as I can. It's such an unappealing design for Devastator. Okay, this is the scene in the movie that like solidified my like rating of like yeah, there's no getting around it. This is like the lowest rating I could possibly give this film. Huh? Because you had Devastator in name only, like like sucking up all this dust. With Skids, Mudflap, Leo, and Simmons in the way, and you're just like praying that one of them gets sucked up and gets killed. Like you're praying that something happens to these characters in a bad way. Like it's like here, like yes, kill him, kill him, kill him. And it's like, yes, Mudflap's dead. Mudflap's dead. And then this part happens. You're like, it's like, no! that moment kills me. It's like, you think Mudflap is dead, and you're like, oh, thank God. And then he's not. And the twins aren't even effective. Huh? Like, 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 them shooting Devastator, it's like the army firing at Godzilla. It's like, they can't, like, Devastator's just like irritated more than anything. And then that shit happens. And that's actually the last we see of Skids and Mudflap, huh? Like, as much like they don't. This movie doesn't even give us the pleasure of seeing them die, huh? Which in the IDW comic adaptation for Dark of the Moon, Skids and Mudflap do appear in there, and they're killed by Sentinel Prime after he kills Ironhide. So it's like, I wish that, like, if there's any reason for me to want Skids and Mudflap to be in Dark of the Moon, it's to see them get killed. Yeah, I think that's supposed to be one of the Constructicons. And how does that thing transform from a bulldozer? Like, if you look at that thing, there's no way you can believe that it transforms into a bulldozer. Oh, I still have the timer set for when the Fallen last showed up. Yeah, if Bumblebee's trying to make a surprise appearance, don't scream his name just before he's about to attack. Excuse me. Yeah, this sequence again, it should have been cool, but I can't tell what's going on. And way to rip off Predator. Yeah, that would have been a cool scene if I could tell what was going on. Um, I think this movie deserves a rating worse than Burn in Hell. My rating system, I modeled it off of Double Toasted's rating system during the spill days, where they had better than sex, full price, matinee, rentals, some old bullshit, and fuck you. I just modeled my rating system off theirs. Like, get off your ass and go see it right now. Worth seeing in your lifetime. Good but not great. Watch at your own risk. Don't waste your money, and then burn in hell. You're gonna be in the car. You're not gonna run. Yeah, there's no reason for the parents to be here. Like, it's just literally, it's literally literally like robot carnage and military carnage, and it means nothing. It has drained my soul. Okay, there's those swinging testicles. Uh, they just the camera didn't linger on them though. Hey, we saw that. Can this movie stop recycling footage from the last movie? Because that drone shot was from the last one. Your power's at 5%. What are you watching this on? Random shit. 2727. And we don't know who that was. And I'm assuming that was RC who bought it. And wasn't that Bone Crusher in the background? Didn't he get killed? Well, Devastator's having a difficult time climbing up that thing. Man, they were quick to deploy military forces. $200 million were spent to make this movie, and Michael Bay was paid $75 million of that budget. Like I think at the time this movie came out, that may have been the highest a director was paid. I think. Don't quote me on that. Why were the F-16s launching flares? Really, this movie, I just want this movie to end. Why does Megatron growl like a saber-toothed lion? And you thought Zack Snyder went crazy with slow motion. I'm sorry if my energy's drained out and I'm just like casually lying back on the couch. It's just I seriously want this movie to end. It's one of these things where I question myself, like, why did I want, like, decide to review these movies again? Because I actually reviewed the first movie, Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon, on my old YouTube channel. Revenge of the Fallen was actually the first movie I reviewed. I did a reaction video to that original review 5 years ago on this channel. I'm remembering Chris Stuckman's review that he had a friend's wife at the screening for this saying, "What? How could you not like this?" Oh, I had that experience. I didn't see this movie with any of my friends like I did with the first Transformers. That Transformer is shooting out of its ass. Yeah, that Transformer is literally shooting out of its ass. But yeah, I didn't see this movie with any of my friends, thankfully. But I just thought to myself, like, what my friends... Oh, hey, the Scorponok, which disappeared from the first movie and now is back with a new tail. And now it's dead. Anyway, I didn't see this movie with any of my friends like I did the first one, but when I heard that a bunch of my friends like saw it and said, "Yeah, this is so cool," I was just like, "You're dead to me." Whatever. And there's the swinging balls. Like, seriously, why? Why are there testicles on a Transformer? Oh yeah, there's a science fiction railgun on an aircraft carrier. And apparently the pyramids are right next to the Gulf. So much for the ultimate Decepticon like warrior, besides Megatron, of course. Like, remember in the like when you watch other in like in G1. Y'all are idiots. Um, no, like in G1, whenever Devastator formed, it was like a cool moment, but there it's just like taken out easily. That's one thing I don't like about these movies. Well, one of many things. I don't like how the Transformers can be taken out by conventional military weapons. And there's those like giant spark explosions that Michael Bay loves. I'm sure Megatron just popped up out of nowhere from the shadows or from the smoke, like just like die. Yeah, Megatron just flees from conventional military weaponry. We have 17 more minutes of this garbage. It's almost there, guys. Like, cut it out with the slow motion, Michael Bay. And now Alex is giving into the madness of this movie by laughing at random moments. So much for getting so much for getting his parents to safety. You are the worst guardian ever, Bumblebee. Okay, now you got to say I love you back, Sam, because you got to say I love you back, otherwise you're in trouble. If someone would pay me $1 billion to watch this movie 100 times, would I do it? I mean, it's $1 billion. Probably. As much as I hate this movie, it's $1 billion. I'm not gonna pass that up. And then Robot Heaven. I do need a hug, Carbender. I do need a hug after this movie. And the Matrix of Leadership is now formed, except it's, again, supposed to be within Optimus. Shocker! Who knew that Optimus Prime would come back? Hey, no, people. Hey, no, Isaac. People do crazy things for money. Apparently, Optimus Prime is not that grateful if he refers to Sam as boy. Okay, the Fallen's back. And it took an hour and 7 minutes for him to show back up. Like, the title villain of the film takes, and, like, pops up on Earth and then takes an hour and 7 minutes to come back. In a 2.5 hour movie. Optimus! Oh yeah, again, Megatron is not the leader of the Decepticons. Oh, that sound is just... Ugh. Bumblebee does not talk in any of these movies. All he does is talk through the radio, and I'm sick of that gimmick. It was a clever idea in the first movie, but he got his voice back at the end of the first movie. Oh yeah, there's this Autobot, Jolt. Never had a line of dialogue. Didn't even have a name until now. And doesn't even pop up in Dark of the Moon. And then the military guys are running after Optimus. Like, what are y'all gonna do? Like, what are you going to contribute to Optimus fighting the Fallen and Megatron? And then the ultimate weapon is suddenly taken out like that. Again, the special effects are so bad. Like, they move too quickly, and you can't even tell what's going on because of the frantic cinematography. And now, because Optimus Prime has all of Jetfire's parts on him, you really can't tell what's going on. I mean, it does cement Optimus as a badass, but I don't know. So again, why was the Fallen? Why exactly is a Prime the only one who can kill the Fallen? Because he got taken out pretty quickly. Yeah, he did say the line, "Give me your face," which, ugh. And this shot I used for the thumbnail of this watch party. It's like, it's almost over. We're almost done. Except we're gonna break up in the next movie. Because you had to go and call Michael Bay Hitler. Oh yeah, these two idiots are still alive. What happened to the twins? Let's not speak of them ever again. You know, I want there to be a transform. I want there to be an Armageddon style commentary where Shia LaBeouf just trash talks the script and how incoherent it is, like how Michael Bay did with no, how Ben Affleck did on the commentary for Armageddon. I think it was Spielberg that fired Megan Fox. Though apparently, what was I gonna say? Though apparently, she and Michael Bay made up because she got cast as April O'Neil in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies. Please. It's over! I survived. Oh, I survived the horror of Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Oh. Okay, I want to know who edited this movie. Like, who got stuck with the task of trying to edit this incoherent mess? Yeah, Bruce Campbell. Like, it's over. Roger Barton and Paul. Oh, four people edited this movie. Like, I swear, this is the longest I've lasted through the credits of this movie, because as soon as the movie ended, as soon as directed by Michael Bay came up, I ran out of that theater like it was on fire. But thank God it's over. This song, like, I'm not a big Linkin Park fan. Wow, they just put a freeze frame of the title. Alright, we're done. We're done. I'm ending this shit right now. Oh. Alright. So, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to this live watch party of Revenge of the Fallen. Even if you didn't have the movie in sync, if you weren't watching it, I hope you got some joy out of me suffering through this movie. But, yeah, this sucks. I'm actually probably not going to make this video public after I end this stream. I might leave this video as unlisted because, I don't know. It just seems like a waste of time. And plus, with the younger generation who grew up on these movies starting to have a voice and saying, yeah, these movies are good, I don't want to be bombarded with comments saying, you're crazy, this movie's awesome. Even though I would have figured that they'd get older and go, oh man, I remember when I used to think this movie was good. I'll think about it. Like, for right now, I'm going to leave this video as unlisted. I'm not going to have this public. If you want to save the link, sure, that's fine. But I may make this video public after I review the movies. So, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. As always, make sure to subscribe to this channel, Alexander Robinson movie and TV reviews. And then check out my travel channel, Alexander Robinson Travel Channel, and my YouTube Shorts channel, Alexander Robinson Shorts. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, have a good day, or good night, I should say.